Tonight is our last night here in Newfoundland and Labrador, unfortunately. We're having our last meal in St. John's in the downtown area at a local restaurant that is called Chinched Bistro. So there are a lot of different colloquial sayings and slang that are local to the Newfoundland and Labrador area that we're learning as we've gone along on this trip, and one of those sayings is chinched. So chinched is basically a slang word for stuffed full of food usually. So usually people will say that they're chinched, and we chose this place because it's one of the restaurants that is again known for local food, farm to table type dining. They actually also use that salt that I bought earlier from the Newfoundland Salt Company, which is really cool. And what we were thinking about having today are their mussels. We still haven't had mussels on this trip, so we wanted to try that, as well as a local oyster mushroom pizza. The service here has been really quick and friendly. We found out that there is always a featured cocktail every day, and today the featured cocktail is this one. It's called the Garden Party. So the primary ingredient in terms of liquor is the Newfoundland Distillery gin. It has cloudberry in it, so that berry that I taste tested earlier that I got that jar of, that is actually in this. The other things that are in this include beet, lemon juice, simple syrup, basil, as well as a topping of this nice fire flower, nice purple color. Actually, looks really, really nice. It really does look like a garden party. Then there's the second drink that Chris ordered. So this is the gin mint smash. So it has also Newfoundland gin, the same distillery that we were at earlier, Saint Germain, agave, lemon, mint, as well as some local IPA. So these are the two cocktails that we got. We're gonna start with a taste of the Garden Party and then move on to the gin mint smash. So the first smell that hits me when I try the Garden Party is definitely the basil. Ooh, that's super refreshing. So the first flavor that hits me is the lemon. So you can definitely taste the lemon juice. The sweetness comes out from that simple syrup. And the gin is super smooth. All the flavors really meld nicely in this. It was really delicious. Then we're gonna move on to the gin mint smash that Chris ordered. Definitely smells minty. You can also tell that there's some mint in it. Lemon, I mean. Ooh. Okay, whoa. So the first flavor that hits me is the mint. Then I can taste the IPA flavor, which when I was smelling it, I totally did not smell at all. And I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the IPA flavor overpowers the gin. I really can't even tell there's any gin in here. Other than that oozing sensation I get when I know I'm drinking alcohol and it's going down my stomach, and I'm like, whoa, there's definitely some liquor in it, and I don't actually know what it is. Definitely a beer cocktail. Totally would not know this had gin in it. Definitely love this one more than this one. It's definitely more florally. You can taste there's definitely gin in here. The lemon and the basil flavor are pretty strong, but they really get mellowed out with the flavor of the gin. So this is the local oyster mushroom pizza that we ordered. We've been really enjoying all of the local cheeses, the meats, the breads that we've been having. So it's the first time that we've actually ordered pizza while here, and really looking forward to trying these local oyster mushrooms. We've got arugula, we've got mustard, dill, these really nice and fat oyster mushrooms right here, goat cheese, and bechamel. So I'm just gonna take a bite of this and make sure that there's some arugula here. Ooh. That's so good. Oyster is really, really meaty. And it kind of just melts into the goat cheese. And bechamel sauce is just amazing. It's definitely salty, but super savory, and really goes well with these oyster mushrooms. And that arugula adds a really nice bite and an element of freshness to this overall package. And that's flatbread pizza. It's kind of soft, almost gooey on the inside, but then it's like crusty, like right at the edges. this. Food comes out really, really quick here. As the drinks came out, the pizza came out, and then now the mussels. So the mussels, the flavorings change seasonally. This time, it's actually going to be kielbasa and then a local lager that's kind of mixed in to cook the mussels. The menu also says that there is mustard and dill, and of course it's served with a piece of locally made bread. I don't know if they make the bread in-house, but all the breads are really good here, so I'm excited to try this. So, just gonna take a taste of one of these Newfoundland mussels. It's like really fresh, really meaty. Taste the garlic. Taste some of this kielbasa. Kielbasa tastes kind of salty, smoky. Whoa, those mustard seeds are like really, really intense. Maybe try to get another one with everything. Oh, there's a loose mussel. It's covered with the dill, a bunch of onion, the garlic, mustard seeds. This one's definitely going to be an intense bite. And I can tell just by squishing it that it's going to be really, really juicy. So that flavor is definitely more intense than the first one. The first one didn't really have that much of the mustard or the seasonings on it. But that one, because it was kind of like soaking in all the different flavorings, that one is definitely really, really rich and intense. This texture is really good. Try some of this bread. It's nice and grilled. You can tell that it's been buttered. It's really thick, and even the sound of it is like really, really nice. You know, just by listening to the sound of the bread when you kind of like squish it a little bit and try to not really break it, but just kind of like just bend it a little bit, like that it's gonna be good. So what I'm gonna do is try it. I'm gonna kind of soak it in some of this mussel broth with the lager, the mustard seeds, all these different herb flavorings. Just gonna taste. Taste that grilled char flavor. The butter is definitely coming through, and the bread's actually much more doughy than all the other breads that we've had since we've arrived. You can tell the crumb's like really, really tight. But it's not actually very airy. It's much more doughy and kind of chewy on the inside. So it's crusty on the outside, kind of dense and chewy on the inside. It's really delicious though. Just a little bit different than what we've been used to since we've been here. Fortunately, at the end of our mussels, so one of the fun things about eating these mussels is that whenever you seem to open a new one, you either are unpleasantly surprised because there's no mussels because the mussel's fallen out, or you're pleasantly surprised because you find little bits of herbs and vegetables and these delicious bits of the kielbasa. This one's got 4 different pieces. This is like a really, really nice surprise. And then the other fun thing that I've been doing, just to amuse myself, is I've been kind of fishing through the broth. So the mussel broth that was made with a lager. So you can see here, like there's a ton more of these little delicious pieces of kielbasa that Chinched Bistro actually makes themselves. So one of the things that I forgot to mention earlier is that Chinched Bistro is really well known for their charcuterie. So they make all their own smoked meats, their own salamis, pepperonis. I'm just gonna scoop up some of the broth here so that I'm kind of getting like a big one-biter of like everything delicious in a single bite. All that kielbasa, 4 pieces in a single bite with the mussels and the broth. So, so good. Last one. So our waiter told us that their signature item at Chinched Bistro is actually these fried pig ears, so we knew that we absolutely had to get them. We've had pig ears once before and they were phenomenal, so we decided to try them again, especially since it's their thing. So I'm gonna take this nice big meaty piece up on the top. These are super hot. I can feel the steam like rising as I'm putting my face towards them to smell them. They said that these are seasoned with dill pickle. So I don't know if it's like a dill pickle salt. I definitely don't see any pickled bits in here yet, but I'm just gonna start with this. That's so good. It's super crunchy, obviously just off the fryer. I can kind of taste something kind of sour, maybe that's the potato flavor, but it's so crunchy and so good. Fried cartilage. So I oftentimes get asked, because I'm pretty open-minded about food, there's pretty much nothing that I won't eat. Like, what do pig ears taste like? I would probably say that probably the biggest commonality that I can find to like a normal everyday food that people eat for pig ears would probably be just like really freshly fried chips. So there's really like, a pig ear is essentially a piece of cartilage, right? So it's not gonna have a lot of taste on its own, but because it's pig, it's gonna have a lot of fat, probably like along the edges. So as you're eating it, it's basically like a really fatty, freshly fried potato chip. Crunchy, and then as you start biting down on it and chewing it, you can start tasting all of the pig fat that kind of just like melts along your tongue. It's like really rich. You obviously know that it's pork, but it has really, really great texture. So there are a number of dessert specials tonight that our server told us about, but the one that really stood out to me was the pavlova. So pavlova is basically a meringue dessert. Meringue meaning that there's egg whites and sugar that are kind of whipped up and baked. So you can see here that it's kind of torched. The other thing that caught my eye, or at least my ear, about the description that the server gave was that it's topped with slightly cooked strawberries as well as a bunch of pistachios that are kind of sprinkled over it. Pistachios are probably my all-time favorite nut. Just obsessed with them. The flavor is like really rich, really nutty, kind of fatty and creamy. And I also just love that nice, rich green color that comes out of anything that has pistachios on it. So we are going to take a bite of this together. See, look at how like nice and gooey that is. So it's kind of like keeping together on the outside, but it's kind of like gooey on the inside. Kind of like an oversized, luxurious marshmallow. You can get some of that with the strawberry and the pistachio, probably like a little bit of a one-biter. It's really rich smelling. That's really good. So my worry before when you ordered this was sometimes meringues tend to be a little bit too sweet. The sweetness is probably just right, especially when you pair it together with the strawberries and the pistachios. Look at how airy it is. It's even got like some custard on the inside. See? Chris and I have wrapped up about 4.5 days exploring the Newfoundland and Labrador area, and I think that my biggest takeaways from this short trip have been that this area is super underrated. It's actually really awful when I think about it, how few Americans know about this province of Canada. It's so close to us, especially in New York City, and it's just so beautiful, but in a really rugged way. The cliffs, the different types of rock formations that you can see here, just the ocean and the crazy water that you see. We actually saw 2 or 3 different whales. I didn't realize before I came here like just how many different types of whale species are out there, particularly in this area. So that was really exciting. I also think that the food here is phenomenal. Like, I've been impressed by a lot of the different food that we've had in Canada overall. Overall, the culinary scene here is ridiculous. The seafood, everything from the mussels to the lobster to the cod, have all been really, really delicious, super fresh. People really take pride in their food and in their own local culture. We got a lot of questions from different people who are locals asking us, oh, where are you traveling from? And they were really happy and surprised that we were traveling from New York City. And of course, they were eager to find out like our overall thoughts about the food, how we felt about the overall culture and the scenery that we've been seeing. So it's been really, really nice to experience here. Highly recommend this as a place to visit. Definitely off the beaten track, but I actually think that's actually what adds to the overall charm. Like, people are really, really welcoming, really kind and warm when they meet us. And that's part of the excitement of traveling, like being able to discover new things, meet new people who are really kind and really just accept you, because you want to explore more about their culture and about their food, because that's close to them, and you want to learn more about the world and things that you're not familiar with.